Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Burt's here, playing some F1 Manager 2023, going through the 2024 in-game season. Got round 12, Hungary, coming up next. Did pretty okay last time out on Silverstone. All things considered, Richard dropped quite a few places. Theo actually showed some nice improvement. So that's good to see. You got that new motor in Theo's car. Probably going to need to put one in Richard's car this weekend, honestly, for us to be competitive. It looks like we got a rear wing to swap out. Let's go ahead and do that. Got that on for Richard. So it looks like they've all got, or they both have, decent enough parts. Let's actually check the warehouse here. And it looks like we have 2 spare chassis, 1 spare front wing, no spare rear wings, no spare side pods, 1 spare underfloor, and 1 spare suspension part. So we're gonna need to, let's see, design / develop / manufacture some more. First thing first, let's go ahead and check the inbox here. Looks like a little update. Looks like Ferrari's got a new underfloor design and potentially new side pod in the works. Let's see what Alpine's up to. They're probably a bit closer for us to worry about potentially. Maybe not though, actually. Yeah, looks like Alpine's making some moves. We are in 9th with 13 points. Definitely got to get some more points before the season's up. So I think we're gonna need to. Design a new car part for this season. Something that's gonna give us a substantial boost. Looks like our drivers are making some improvements. Theo improving the smoothness, improving the defending, jumping up 2 points there. Nice work. Improving the reactions, so we got to get the overtaking ability a bit better. That's his weak point. And Richard looks like he's improving quite well also. Reactions is his lowest, so that's good to see that those are getting increased. And Zane actually looking really good. Actually, I think this round, I know I've mentioned it in the past, I need to put Zane in for a practice 1 session. So that way he can kind of have like a bigger boost for his training for that particular weekend. So let's go ahead and put him in for the practice 1 session later on for the Hungaroring race. All right, let's check on the board. They have a medium confidence in us, so that's good. We're keeping average. Looks like, oh, nice. We got another little payout, so that's good to see. And lower category race results from Silverstone. And we've already switched the car parts around. We're going to need to manufacture some more for sure. So it looks like our engine cooling is lacking. So we're actually got some decent stuff here. Alrighty, let's check the calendar. We have another, say, almost 2 weeks essentially until Hungaroring, but we want to start either researching or developing a new car part. Let's design one for this season potentially, and I think side pods is going to help us with the engine cooling. Suspension helps us with the brake cooling, and none of them kind of help us with both. So the only thing we really haven't developed so far this season is the underfloor, which is all right. I mean, it's definitely going to be something we want to research. Let's develop some side pods here. Let's see, I don't want to. Geez, I mean, even if we. I think since we previously geared the side pod research or development towards the engine cooling, we're kind of losing everywhere else here. I don't think we want to do that, so we're gonna cancel that. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna confirm the cancel. Let's just research, I believe. I don't think... I mean, I suppose the underfloor is gonna be super beneficial right now. Let's see how long it takes. Yeah, let's do 2.8 here. And then let's do, was it 38, I believe? Yep, 38. All right, let's hit next. High speed performance, low speed, or optimized aero. I think high speed's gonna be where it's at for sure. But we don't want to negate low speed because we're also diminishing in that. If we switch over to low speed, I hate that. Let's bring this up a little bit to maybe neutralize the high speed. Let's go to balanced here actually. And let's focus on low speed, airflow sensitivity. I mean, if we bring all of them up, let's see what happens here. It gives everything a little bit of buff, but that's not really what we want to do. You know what? I think we just need to continue on researching. So that way our car for next season is going to be maximum beneficial. Let's do... What have we done so far? So 2%, just a baseline. I'm kind of looking at these. 0.7, side pod, 1.7, 2% here, rear wing, decent buffs, front wing, decent, chassis, not too shabby. So let's actually do suspension. It looks like the 2% are going to be pretty solid. So let's do 2.8 here, do 38. So that is half of our current ATR. And I think since so brake cooling, go back to balanced here. So this is going to be affected and this is going to be affected. And let's focus on low speed and medium speed maybe here. All right, I think that is pretty solid. So we'll hit next here. Let's just put, what can we do? 3. Let's do 3 engineers here on this one. We'll go ahead and confirm that. We'll get another research going. Let's do side pods, airflow and engine cooling. Or do we want to do front wing, brake cooling, airflow sensitivity? Yeah, let's do the front wing. I think that's going to be kind of like our, our starting point to pretty much all of our aerodynamics, and everything's going to flow off of that. So let's optimize brake cooling and airflow sensitivity. Let's actually bring this back down maybe. Yeah, almost 3%. And let's bring the front wing back on the low speed. That doesn't affect us too much here actually. Nice. So yeah, that looks good. So I'm kind of watching. It didn't really, by making that adjustment there, it only brought me down like 0.001 away from the low speed attribute, but it gained me quite a bit on the dirty air. So I think this is actually the way to go here. Let's hit next. We'll put 3 engineers on that, and that's gonna be our ATR points. So let's actually continue on researching. Let's do And underfloor, I believe. We got no points, that's okay. Perfect, let's focus on this. Dirty air tolerance. Drag reduction. So that's not giving us huge gains. Let's actually back out, let's cancel this. Let's check out the chassis maybe. And increase this, increase this. Yeah, still kind of negligible gains. Cancel this. What about the rear wing? So I do like that. And let's increase this, and change the rear wing to more of a high speed. Let's actually leave it there. Kind of balance. Let's leave the downforce. Let's bring it down a little bit, maybe here. Kind of focus mainly on the medium and high speed for the rear wing. And I think that's pretty solid. Let's make 2 engineers. Confirm that, and we're getting pretty low on coins. Let me double check Richard's car while I'm thinking about it. He's got a 42% engine. Yeah, I think we're gonna want to get a new engine for Richard to help make him a bit more competitive for this next weekend here. We are gonna take a grid penalty drop, but that's all right. At least we'll have a new motor. And Theo, let's check on him. We have enough for a new gearbox, but let's wait a moment. Let's skip ahead. Let's go ahead and skip ahead, see if we get a little bit more money coming through before this next race weekend. And it also looks like we got to switch up the pit crew training schedule. So if we leave it right here, we're going to kind of minimize their overall fatigue level, but we are missing out on some things here. So let's move some things around here if we can, and then let's leave them a bit of rest here. Let's maybe add like a half pit stop drill day here. Maybe use tire off to balance that. Let's see about doing another pit stop drill day. And let's do car release. Perfect, I'm digging that so far. Let's put in, maybe let's do a gym day here in the morning. That doesn't really... Let's actually do a pit stop drill, I suppose, huh? I think pit stop drills are going to be the way to go here. But we're sneaking back up to the... But that is going to actually... Does that take away... Yeah, gym training. Okay, so it looks like the gym training is actually going to improve our estimated pit stop time. So let's do that there. Let's add another... let's maybe start gym training here. Gym training. So that is bringing our estimated pit stop down, but it's not increasing our attributes here. All right, let's try maybe another gym day here. And I think that's gonna be about it before we, make them exhausted. Let's actually do the gym training in the afternoon. Kind of balances everything here. We're gaining 1 point on the used tire off, but we're not really adding too much to our estimated pit stop time. That's tricky. So to gain the attributes here, we're gonna need more pit stop drills, but to decrease the estimated pit stop time, we need them to be swolt. We need them to be strong. So we need them to hit the gym. So a fine balance of getting all 3 of these done. Let's go ahead and confirm this. I feel pretty comfortable there. Hopefully when we get a nice big break in the calendar, I believe after Spa, it looks like we have quite a few weeks after Spa. So Maybe during that time period we can just have them hit the gym all the time, because we're not going to worry about any races, or we're not going to have to worry about any races for them to be tired in while we move that around. So let's go ahead and skip ahead. Looks like we got something that requires our response. So it looks like Aramco F1 in Schools World Finals is starting. Pretty neat. They want to invite our staff to attend the finals of the event. Yada yada. Interesting. So we pause the staff development. So we get 100 grand extra. You know what? I think we could actually use the 100 G's. So let's go ahead and do that. And go back to calendar, jump ahead. And it looks like we got some items in low stock, which we already know, but we want to save some money before manufacturing anymore. We're gonna need nice work. Zane jumping up the points. Definitely need to put him in a practice 1 session. Let's see, with the new regulation changes for next season, this proposal involves limiting the wind tunnel and CFD testing time of the championship leaders. This will help open up podium places and race opportunity for more teams. Interesting. So for 2025, the lower... You know what? Yeah, definitely. We want to go ahead and change this for sure. Because if we finish lower, then the top teams are going to get less time in the tunnel. We're going to get a bit more, so hopefully that will balance out the overall competition. So let's definitely vote for that. Go back to calendar, jump ahead. We got a little bit more money there I just saw come through. And we got Hungary coming up. So the underfloor that we had manufactured last time out is all complete. So that way, let's see, let's actually check. We have side pod and suspension being manufactured. Do we want to wait to manufacture more? I suppose let's go ahead and purchase a new gearbox for Theo. And yeah, I mean, I guess let's go ahead. Actually, no, let's use this 34% one for practice, and then we'll put that newer one on for quali and race. Go ahead and jump ahead again. Looks like we've got something else that got done manufactured, or that was just a single piece. Okay, yeah, just a single piece to the side pod. And this is an ATA weekend. We can only use 11 dry weather tires during the weekend rather than 13 as normal. Oh, interesting. Check out the circuit info to help plan the strategy. Check out the performance targets and check out the car builds. So we only have 11 tires to use for this weekend. So we're gonna have to be very careful with how we use the tires during practice. Go ahead and hit race over here. Let's see, does it show us? Okay, so we get 4 softs, 4 mediums, and 3 hards for the whole weekend. It does look like it's going to be clear. Looks like normal race weekend, 3 practice and a quali session, and then the race. Alrighty, let's go ahead and tab over to the performance targets. Definitely not going to get fastest lap, so let's ignore that. Can we reach Q2 with both drivers? It's gotta be very possible, but we're gonna take some grid penalties. I don't want to actually do this because we're gonna get grid penalty. Or I mean, I guess, does that even matter? Let's try it out actually. Let's go ahead and get one of them to 15th. Let's actually try 14th. I think that might be pretty attainable. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the race weekend. Got the Hungarian GP. At the Hungaroring. Super dope track. Nice elevation change. A lot of high speed, medium speed, low speed sections. I think there was 2 DRS zones, maybe just the one. Kind of like a slightly smaller Silverstone in my opinion. Less Silverstone-esque. Not obviously a true copy, but I would say it gives me Silverstone vibes, but just a little bit shorter, obviously more elevation. Well, let's see how the boys can do this weekend. I know we're going to take grid drops, but that's alright. But let's see if we can get into Q2 even. That would be excellent. We'll go ahead and knock out these practice sessions off camera, and I'll bring it back when I jump into quali. Welcome back, everyone. Got practice all finished up. Got Zane into P1. Did pretty well, actually. No incidents. Nice and clean. Did really well. Got the car set up for Richard. I swapped him in for Richard's car number 2. Got him a good start into P2 with the car setup. Got both of them. Got Richard and Theo close to 100% car setup. Not quite. I think I was in the high 90s with both of them. And I don't think there's much else I can play around with. I mean, I guess I can move the braking stability over here with Richard. Let's go left 2 clicks. 97. Actually, let's just go 1 click. I think that should be alright. And Theo. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much I can do here, so we'll just leave that alone. And we got quali coming up. We gotta qualify. Oh, that's right. We gotta quali the hard. Interesting. We did use all 3 sets of tires during practice, so we are familiar with all of them. And I just went ahead and used the best units we had available for the practice sessions to kind of maximize our comfortability. And I believe that should do it. So let's go ahead and jump into the quali sessions and get these simulated. And let's see how we do. Alright, Richard dropping out, P18. Let's see where Theo ends up. Theo ends up P14, so not too bad. Richard is going to take a grid penalty for that new engine, so that's going to put us in dead last, I imagine. So he'll have some work to do during the race. So let's see if Richard can make some places up during the race. Let's go ahead and jump into Q2 with Theo. See if we can lock down that P14 at least. Nice. Nice work, Theo. Nice work, my friend. P14 got Yuki behind us, and quite a big jump, almost a full second to get into that Q3 session. So not the greatest, but not the worst. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's go ahead and get ready for the race. Budapest. Nice track, as I mentioned. Excited to jump into this one. We are starting on the downhill slope to the back half of the season here. So we got to make some points. Theo's in 14 slot. He's, he can be aggressive. So we got 4 places to make up if we want to get at least a single point with Theo. So hopefully we can get that to happen. Richard, we got some moves to make. Got to get him out of that P20 because he's going to take that grid penalty. And it's most likely going to show us here momentarily. But let's see. Position gain. Let's go ahead and... Yep, let's not edit that. Let's go ahead and accept that challenge and see if we can get that. Yep, no worries there. Let's see, how many compounds? We got a fresh hard, multi-mediums, and 2 softs with Richard. And 1 medium, 2 softs, and a hard for Theo. Theo did qualify better, so let's see what it suggests for the strategy. It looks like the soft, medium, hard, 1 of each, apparently. I know we want to be on a fast tire in the beginning, most certainly. Let's see, we have 2 softs with Theo and 1 medium. So let's edit this and let's choose a soft here and a medium. And it's not gonna quite get us there. And if we go to a hard, I still don't think. Yeah, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. Let's cancel this. The soft, hard, soft. So that is 2 seconds slower, but can we make it faster? Not really. Yeah, not really. Alright, so actually let's just go with what they suggest here. Let's maybe, can we back the medium off once? Twice? Nope, that's gonna extend it. What about the hard? Nope. Nope. Alright, I mean, I suppose that's gonna be the way to do it. 20, 43, 44. I like that. Let's try this strategy out. Let's go ahead and update that. We are going to be pushing the tire a bit, so we'll just have to be mindful of that when the time comes. And probably similar, if not the exact same. Let's actually do the opposite. Medium, hard, soft. But let's see, can we come back here? I know we have, let's see, do we have a second set of mediums with Richard? We do. So maybe with Richard, let's do a medium. Let's edit this here. Let's do another medium and then a soft. Yeah, I think I like that a bit better. Yep, I think that's gonna be the way to go. Yeah, just testing it out. Alright, so lap 51 it looks like. Let's back this up to lap 26 maybe. Yep, okay. And we'll update that. Sweet, so we'll switch that up. Have Theo on the hard tire at the end. He doesn't quite have... I mean, can we do a soft hard here with Theo? I believe we tried that, didn't we? And that's not quite gonna... Yeah, I mean, if we did, it wouldn't really help us. Alright, let's see. So what about a soft, hard? Soft, hard, soft. Yeah, not quite. What about a medium? We'll update that. 131.45 and 131.44. Yeah, I like that strategy a bit better. Maybe we can push it a little bit more in the middle stint here on the hard tire, or maybe push it a little further, like a lap or two, going aggressive, and then have a longer life medium towards the end here with Theo. I think being on the faster tire, the medium, as opposed to the hard towards the end of the race when we're on light fuel, is going to be a bit more beneficial. Let's go ahead and get the fuel and pace strategy updated here. And I believe that should be good to go. And let's go ahead and jump straight into the Hungarian Grand Prix. Got the Mercedes out leading us around. Looks like Fernando P2. Is that a P2 for Fernando? Get some water there. Make sure you're staying hydrated out there, everyone. Can't forget the water. Alright, here we go. Max. Looks like Fernando's actually back here, and Lance is in P2. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and get the battle assist going. Let's get the overtake tactic on high. See if we can jump a few places up here in the first few corners.
Got the pace, you can do this.
And we got Lando in front on the medium, in front of Theo. So he's going to go a bit further than we will. Well, that is alright. Yep. Alrighty, let's see. So he's already starting to, the pack in front's already starting to pull away a bit. Oh, there we go. I was looking at Richard actually. Looks like Yuki just got around this. Yuki's on a charge. Looks like the medium tire runners are making a push.
Keep going, you're doing good.
And not too shabby. We're sticking with them. We gotta stick with them for a couple of laps, and then we'll, get that DRS. Yeah, it looks like there's only 2 DRS sections, and they are. I mean, the start-finish straight is pretty decently sized, but the second DRS zone is not that long, and then that's it for the lap. So this is gonna be a long, technical, tricky race indeed. Yeah, let's go ahead and go neutral on the battery here. Leave him pushing on the tire. Let's speed this up a little bit here. Definitely gonna be a little quicker. Hopefully no one out there is getting sick. And the cars in front are just pulling away from us. And Piastri is right behind us and now gets by us. So we're not showing some strong pace yet. Go ahead and put this back down to standard. Leave him pushing on the fuel. Should hopefully pick up DRS here soon. DRS is now enabled. Hopefully we're going to snack it here from Oscar. And we are just too far away, it looks like. We just got out of his DRS range. Sad to see. Let's go overhead here. Let's go ahead and speed this up and keep it cruising. Gotta get through this first stint as quick as possible. It's gonna be a long race. Got 2 pit stops to make, but there's a decent probability of safety car. So if we can play our cards right, if that happens, it might play to our benefit. Mateo is, he's losing some places here. He's got a good car. Oops, wrong button. He's got a good car. The car is not in bad shape. Go ahead and bring the fuel back down. And it looks like we're starting to settle in. Looks like Yuki's dropped a few places there. So it looks like Leclerc made an early pit stop, potentially. Let's watch this overtake on Yuki. In that second DRS zone. Turn 4, potentially, I want to say. Alright, not bad. Making the soft tires work a bit now. Let's check on the tires that Yuki has. He's got some 70% medium, so he did push on them quite a bit. More so than Lando, it looks like. So we're doing okay. Yuki is kind of staying behind us. Let's actually push the battery a bit here, see if we can jump away from Yuki, get a little bit closer to Piastri. We are going to have to make a pit stop here in a bit. We got Danny Rick coming past us. Did he pit already? Nope, he's just making some moves. We got Joe. Is there an incident? I'm looking at a few other things, so I may have missed something. That's alright, we are now in the pit window. We got a little bit of tire. We're going to get a little closer to that pit window, and then we're going to push real hard. Because, let's see. K-Mag and Oscar we want to keep an eye on. There goes Oscar. Oscar's in now. Let's go ahead and start pushing aggressive here. I bet K-Mag's going to probably come in soon to try to cover off Oscar. And let's go ahead and actually go attack mode, push on the fuel. It's going to prompt us to pit here soon. Here comes K-Mag. Excellent work. Switch over to that hard. Let's actually top the battery up on our way in. I'd like to push, but we want to save the battery actually. So let's keep the tire in fuel mode as high as it'll go and just top the battery up. We got about 6 to 7 more laps with Richard before he comes in for his first pit stop. Let's ride on board here with Theo and see how this in-lap goes. Looks like K-Mag is going to be around, looks like K-Mag and Oscar are right here. They are, let's see, about 2, almost as 2, so 4 plus another roughly 4. That's 8 plus another 4, roughly 12. So, I forget how much time we lose during the pit stop. Let's see, does it say? 25.4 seconds roughly. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna come out in front of the boys there. But we're coming in, we're about to come in right now. I forgot to switch the tire back to aggressive instead of attack, but that is okay. Alright team, let's have a nice clean pit stop. Let's see if we can clear Piastri and K-Mag. I don't think we will. I think they're just a bit too close behind us. But we're about to find out. See if we can have a fast stop here. Let's get us back out. A little slow there. Yeah, a bit slow there. Almost 4 seconds. Yikes. And they're going to clear us quite easily. And Charlie Boy is going to get around us potentially. Can we clear Charles? Looks like. Oh! Look out! Whoa! Woo! I am glad that kind of looks like it glitched there and nothing happened. We didn't take any damage. Woo! We got lucky. Got lucky. Bring the tire to. Actually, no. Let's leave it on attack here. We're gonna have some tire to burn through.
You can close up the gap.
All right, Charlie Boy, making us work for that 19 slot coming out of the pits if we want it. Let's see if we can catch back up to him. Let's go overhead here. Go to 8 speed. We got Richard coming in very soon. And Yuki just made a pit stop. And he went to another soft tire. Let's see, what did Piastri and K-Mag? They're on a hard tire also. So we're on the same strategy as them boys, but they are just, a bit far in front of us, unfortunately. Just entered the pit window with Richard. Let's go ahead and start pushing a bit here. Let's bring Theo back down.
Might need to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, let's see where Richard is at. Well, he's not doing too hot, unfortunately. Yeah, let's go ahead and start pushing attack. Probably jump on board with Richard here soon. On the in lap. Looks like one more lap. Uh-oh, Richard is dropping places fast.
What about tires?
Yeah, we know the tires are...
Yeah, copy that.
Let's see, is it too late? I think it was too late there, yeah. Alright. Richard, my man. Alright, we're coming in this lap now. Coming in this lap. Joe, pit stop issue. Let's see what happened. Just caught it there. Joe coming in. Looks like it went okay. Something happened. Maybe he had to wait for a car to come through as well. Maybe not. Or maybe he took a penalty. Something was going on with Joe's car there. That's going to give us a few places, I suppose, at least with Richard and Theo. Hopefully the team, let's speed this up a little bit here actually. Hopefully the team can have a better pit stop this time out. We definitely need it. Piastri, or no, Magnussen's already jumped up in front of us. Theo, looks like he's quite a ways back from that group. And Richard's coming into pit soon. Yeah, we know the tires are not that great. But jumping on to another set of mediums. It's gonna put us hopefully in front of Joe. And 3.47, so about 3.5 seconds, so not as bad as Theo's stop, but still not great. We need to get that under 3 seconds. We need to get that into, like, you know, Red Bull territory. We need that 2.2, 2.4 consistent. Maybe the occasional, you know, 1.9 when they're just on fire. But I think we've got a long way to go before that happens. But, you know, I like the challenge of that. I like the challenge of, you know, building up a team from not so great positions into maybe a championship winning team. I was able to do it in F1 Manager 22. It's proving to be quite tricky in F1 Manager 23. We'll have to see how that new F1 Manager 2024 game is when it drops. I think I've been talking to a couple of manufacturers, been talking to some people in the technical world that have been maybe talking to me about starting up a brand new team for the 2024 F1 season for the new game. So we'll have to see if we can make any deals off camera with any teams and maybe potentially be the first team to be the 11th team, to be the extra team in a very long time in F1. If not ever. I'd have to look that up. I didn't look it up before I started talking about it, but you know, rumors are there's a new team coming to Formula One, and they might need me to lead it and see if they can make it a championship winning team. Uh-oh, looks like Theo locking up here.
We'll just see what we can
Can't
do.
be having that, Theo. We got, you know, you were doing pretty well just then. Yep. Ooh, good thing you kept it clean, though. Good thing you kept it out of the wall. But that is going to ruin your tire life quite a bit, my friend. And we're about now 6.5 plus seconds away from Oscar, unfortunately. And Theo starting P14, dropping 2. Richard starting P20, gaining 2. Theo is... I don't know what's happening to Theo this round. He is just not having a good outing. Did really well in qualifying. I thought he did pretty solid in practice. Come race trim, he's just out here cruising. Out here just cruising. Gonna be interesting to see how we tackle the new game. I know with the new game, crash happening. What happened here? Who done it? Who done it? Who was it? Looks like Lando and one of the AlphaTauris, probably K-Mag or Danny Rick potentially. Oh, Danny Rick. Lando said...
A guy turning into me. Makes sense.
Oof. Lando calling him out. Shots fired. Yikes. But it will be interesting to see how the driver lineup goes next game. Frontier, they have implemented not only, you know, being able to choose from a pool of real life drivers, but they have created, you know, fictional drivers and fictional staff members that players can choose from as well. So that's going to be a pretty sweet feature. You don't have to, you know, you get, you know, create a team with completely fictional people and dominate the current real world F1 championship. Kind of play the game and choose who you want, which is pretty interesting. Pretty cool to see. Let's go ahead and start pushing attack here. Looks like we're gonna need to pit here with Theo soon, and we got another crash. Looks like it was Alonso that time potentially. Georgie boy. Ooh, three-way battle. Oh my goodness. There's... Told George to get out of the way, bro. You're going too slow, my friend. Who was that? Alfa Romeo? I wonder if they're going to snag a penalty for that one. Somebody's going to
Just
have
catch
to.
the guys ahead.
Russell. It was either Valtteri or Yuki. Interesting.
Let's just keep the pressure on.
I'm guessing Yuki. Because Yuki's way behind us there. Wowzers. So we got Valtteri in front of us. We're going to go ahead and pit with Theo right now. Go ahead and jump to that medium to finish out the race. Bring them back down to aggressive. And we've got the pit window open for Richard. Let's go ahead and push attack here. And bring him in momentarily. 3.4, not a bad stop. Not a bad stop. Let's go ahead and bring the fuel back down. We got one more lap for Richard. And there we go. Let's go ahead and let's go one more lap actually. Let's go one more lap with Richard. Let's go ahead and deploy this lap as well. We got Max right behind us, unfortunately. That's gonna hinder us quite a bit there. That was unfortunate, but that was alright. So we're on the last stint with our drivers. Richard up 1, Theo down 3 currently. We got Oscar in front of us. We got Valtteri. He should be coming in a pit here soon. And it's gonna be pretty wild. Valtteri's gonna need to pit, and I don't think we're gonna jump many more places after that. So there goes Valtteri. We're on P16. We got Richard, P17. Richard's out there hustling on the softs. Richard is hustling. Let's push the battery a bit here with Richard actually. See if we can close that gap to Theo real quick and maybe steal some DRS. We got Theo. Let's push the battery a bit here with him as well. Get him a little closer to Oscar. Snag some DRS hopefully. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. We got 10 to go. Let's bring the speed down here a little bit. Ten to go. Can Theo get past Oscar? Gonna be tight. We're both on the same tire. Looks like the same degradation level as well. Richard is pretty clearly in 17th, I want to say, so that's pretty solid. Pretty solid outing for Richard. Jumping up 3 spots. Or, yeah, I guess 2 technically. 19.8. Yeah, 3. Do they consider that 3? Yep, 3 slots here. Perfect. So, but Theo dropping down 2. And Theo's starting to get behind Oscar. Oscar's starting to push a bit. We need to stick with Oscar there if we're gonna have any chance of passing Oscar for P15. We're gonna need to stay close by. To neutral. Don't want to use too much of it. Let's try to use it selectively, but that is going to put us just out of DRS maybe. Oh, we got it. Just barely. Alright, there we go. Let's leave that. And we got about 5 laps remaining here. And Richard's getting pretty close. And I'm going to change Theo's overtake tactic to high potentially. Very soon. What's his tire life? 52. So we're about the same tire life. We both got well, I've got DRS on him. He's gonna start pushing here though. And we just get around him. Nice work there, Theo. Nice work, my friend. Let's see how we get that done. Looks like into turn 1, Theo's gonna snatch him. No, I'm sorry. That's was it turn 3 potentially? Turn 2, 3. Nice. Nice work, my friend. That's gonna be 1 more position gain for Theo. Now we just gotta keep Oscar behind us. Keep Oscar behind. Oscar is gonna have DRS. We got 3 laps remaining here. 3 laps to go. Gonna be close. Let's actually go ahead and jump on board with Theo here. And where's Max? So okay, so we are gonna finish. So Max is right here. We are gonna finish behind.
3 laps to go. 3 laps.
Uh-oh, but we are... It says we've got 3 laps to go, but we are, let's see. You see, leader. Yeah, we are, 1 lap behind. So Max has 2 laps technically, because he's on his second to last. And we have 3 left, because he has lapped us currently. But we need to keep Oscar behind here. Max is going to start his last lap, and we are going to finish behind him. Go ahead and push aggressive.
More lift and coast, please.
So Max just started his final lap, and essentially we're going to start our final lap also. Oh, we got Richard right behind Oscar now. Go ahead and push attack.
Let's push.
Go ahead and push deploy. Deploy.
Mode push.
Let's jump on board with Richard here. See if we can sneak past Oscar.
Push, please.
Oh! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice work, brother. Showing Oscar how it's done. I know some of you are big fans of the Papaya team, but in this season we gotta jump them. Although McLaren in real life is doing absolutely stellar right now. I do quite a good fan of McLaren myself. Big old Piastri fan. I just like F1, I like everybody. I like to see everybody do good. It's nice to see a lot of the young drivers do well. It's nice to see everybody battling each other. It's also nice to see Max just, do some crazy stuff hardly any driver has ever done before. But it's also nice to see, everyone racing against Max. I just like it. We love it. Love to see the racing. But that's going to be it. Looks like we're going to finish P15 and P16. Pretty good result, I would say, except for Theo. He dropped 1 position. So we are going to lose out on that extra challenge we tried to do for that guaranteed position gain. But that's all right. That's all right. Pretty solid results. Some pretty solid results, I will say. P15, P16. Not too bad. Not too bad. Nice work out there, everyone. Doesn't look like Charlie Boy had a good day. Looks like double green and a Max on the podium. I do want to see Fernando in real life start, getting back on the podium. Aston Martin need to figure something out with that car. It looks like they were getting a little close in some races, but they need to get a little bit closer because McLaren and Ferrari are definitely showing the biggest strides towards Red Bull in real life. But we need some more teams fighting the top team, so that way everybody's a top team, and it is a true challenge of the drivers, to really bring home the wins. Nice work. High fives. Nice work, everyone. Good stuff. That's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed that one. Not too shabby. Got a lot of research going. Gonna be a good summer break coming soon, so we'll keep hustling through this game until that new game drops, and then we'll We'll have to talk to the people, you know, on the side and see if they need the 11th team coming in. That's gonna do it, everyone. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.